All right, thank you everyone. Well done. So let me just go straight. I'll be very fast so that we'll give the full feedback. So here on now is going to be feedback. Please ensure you stay and listen to your feedback as a team. So all the mentors, they will have 5 minutes or less. I'm happy when they do it in 3 minutes. But each role, all the mentors, you have 5 minutes to give feedback. Then after which we're going to wrap up, and then they're just going to give us the last feedback for the last 20 minutes thereabout. So I'll go for the first leg. Mine will be just general feedback. I'm very fast, 2 minutes. I'll give Bolu the next 2 minutes to also tell us about the voting, and then I'll start calling the mentors. I've mentioned their names earlier, so we'll go that way. Bolu, do you want to quickly tell us about the voting again, quickly? Bobo.
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to get rid of my background noise. So I just posted it on the Telegram group, and here on Zoom, the instructions are there, just as I explained. If you click on that form, it takes you there, and you should be able to vote for your team. So by the end of the feedback, I'll close the form so that I can start collating the vote. Thank you.
So please try and vote immediately. And when she says vote for your team, it doesn't mean the voting has to, let me not corrupt people. But what I mean is vote for the team you think is the best, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be your team. I know we're all selfish, but really vote for the team that you think is the best. Thank you. So moving on, thank you, Bolu. So I'll just quickly go. Firstly, this is not to everybody, but to an extent to everybody. Small play. Tonight is your sprint zero. Small play. All of you brought AK-47. Are we fighting? All of you started shooting. Well done, really, everyone. Well done. But in all the good comments and everything, and in the presentation, we still have one or two general things that we need to address. And I thought it's better for me to tell you guys immediately. Number one, please, immediately after this call, all the SMs that represented for today, please convert your slides to a proper PowerPoint and forward them to me. If they are, you don't need to add any new thing to the slide, except for that team that had a racy issue. You can just put in that racy properly, but please convert all your slides and try to send to me tonight. All the SMs, thank you. Second thing is that some of us, I won't lie to you, some of us, you people came here to lecture us. Adekunle, please mute yourself. I'm thinking I'm really tired of muting. Yeah, I'll muted you though. Most of us, not most, sorry, some of us came to lecture us definition of this, definition of that. We don't need that. Please, in subsequent ones, don't lecture us. We are aware. I know what the definition of Scrum is, or the definition of BA or whatever it is. Don't lecture us. Just come straight to the point. The only reason we're just letting it slide is because I know that to an extent some roles you've done, but you might not have even known what you've done so much, maybe because you didn't consult your mentors or even think about it properly or something. So I know some roles they will have a lot to say. For example, the SMs, Sprint Zero is always for the SMs, ADMs, because they're really pushing to get you guys ready. So they're the ones that start off. Then also the BAs. The BAs have a lot to put on the board. For the other roles, it might be a bit steep, but not entirely, not enough for you to come and lecture us. So there are very good things you could have said about your role. So please, subsequently, no more lecturing. Tell us what you have done. I don't need to know all the lectures you did, for example, or I did. Tell us what you've done. So a Scrum Master should not come here to tell me that we're taught about Agile DevOps to do this. A Scrum Master should tell me that, my team had impediments on so, and they have resolved it. So please, let's be mindful. Thank you. Then on your team composition, I will try to be very explicit in 30 seconds to explain your team composition. So for your team composition, I like the team that wrote, I think they called it formation, it's fine, it's the same thing. So 4D for this, it's fine. But please, on your wiki, everyone, this is an assignment to all the SNs, stroke ADMs, and PMs. You have your team composition. Yes, put it on your wiki that this is our composition of our team. However, There's always a real life scenario on this. That's um in outside of here, if you are in an interview, you shouldn't go to an interview and say, in my previous team, we had 5 SMs and 11 BAs. This, no, don't do that. There's a special composition for all the teams. I will not want to do that here because of time, but ask your mentors, they'll guide you. So in a team, you should have only one SM. In a team, you should have mostly one BA. Usually it's one BA, but you should have mostly one BA. But I'm just saying some teams, if it's very big, it might be more than one, but usually one BA. In a team, you should have one PO. In a team, you can now have maybe 2 or 3 QAs, 2 or 3 devs, depending. So find out the exact composition of your team and put composition for your team. So you're going to do composition of you in Blue Sky and composition in a real scenario, because we don't want you to go to interviews and go and tell them you had 100 so in your team. No, you should know what the real composition is. We're only merging you guys here, aside the numbers that we have one, but just because, for example, one SM here, you're not yet officially an SM. So we are seeing you as a quarter SM because it's all this knowledge you used to grow to be a whole SM, right? So we're just combining everyone rather than having, 100 teams. With this now, we can cut it to like 4 or 5 teams, for you guys to proceed. I hope you get the gist. Moving on. Um, One thing I noticed, some of you did not make your slides. So somebody will share, you go pick another one. I think it's lesson learned from you. For you, all SMs, please ensure all slides are collated. Ensure all slides are collated. Then you're having wrong slide or not showing slide because you guys are using live slides. Live can always disappoint you in the sense that if you have a full PowerPoint in itself that is static, you can just be going next. But the moment it's a Google Sheet, the PowerPoint in a Google Sheet, it can hang, it can hold, it can, please always transfer it to a regular PowerPoint. So you can have that live sheet when you want to start so that people can, contribute, put different things together. But at least a night to on the or earlier on the day of your presentation, ensure you have converted it into a full PPT and save it properly. And of course, forward to me so that I can forward to all the mentors that are going to be listening to you tonight. They can go through the slide. They won't even need to tell you to come to the previous slide so they can go through it. Then I also noticed one general thing. Some of you are utilizing your mentors, and that's kudos to you. You are the hungry one, you're the one that wants to learn. But I also noticed that just by looking at your presentation, I know some of you are not utilizing your mentors and your bodies. Please let that change. I'm not going to emphasize too much on this. Then, lastly, always remember to mute. I think I mentioned that already. It could be an accident sometimes. Sometimes, like right now, I was just unmuting, and that's when somebody ran here to shout, yeah, it happens. It could be an but not that, you just leave it open. There's even background noise there. Some of you will be doing keke, keke, keke. It will be reflecting here. Please let's try and be very mindful. I purposely just spoke to things that are general, cut across board, so to reduce some of the things the mentors will pick on, or even if they want to speak about it, they won't need to emphasize too much because I just decided to pick all the general things. Well, sincerely, kudos to you guys. Some of the teams in general did exceptionally well, while some you did very okay, but not, you know, I like some of his presentation. I like the general confidence, the boldness, but you just keep improving yourself. And lastly, hopefully, those that did the presentation today, I love you, but I don't want to see you next presentation because some people will be shying away. So you guys need to rotate it. You need to rotate it, except if maybe, for example, you're just um two ADMs in a team, for example, and one has presented this time. Of course, the next one presents, definitely I'm going to see you in the next one, or maybe unavailability of the person. But if not, please, I don't want to see those that presented today in the next one. I need others to rotate. But please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you now go and hide because I've presented, I've done my own. No, you'll be in the whole full conversation and then go from there. Thank you. I don't want to waste too much time. So we are going to go in straight to the feedback. I mentioned earlier for our feedback, for the essence, we have, I don't understand the voting. Are we voting for role or team? So you are waiting for both. Bolu, do you want to quickly tell them in a minute again before I call all the mentors? SM mentor, please, next. You're next. But Bolu, quickly go. Thank you.
Yeah, for the voting, just follow what is there. So you are supposed to for instance, for their roles there, right? So if you feel like the cybersecurity for Eagles team stood out for you the most, and you feel like, oh, they should have your vote, vote for them. If you feel it is the BA, vote for them. Just like that, like by each role, because we noticed that there are some roles that kind of stand out in each of the teams when you guys present in each of the project sport. So you are to vote for each of the roles that stood out to you in each of the squad, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you, Bolu. So we are going to for the feedbacks. So we have Bola for the SMs. Bola, do you want to quickly give us feedback? You have 5 minutes or less. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Well done, everybody, for your sprint zero. So I'll just got a bit of feedback from each team really quickly. Again, just well done. It's not easy, especially the first time. So definitely well done for putting yourselves forward, guys. So I think number one we had Eagle team. So for the SMs, again, really, really good introduction. The SM seemed very, very confident, which is really good. And I think he mentioned that he volunteered to be the SM lead. So that's kudos to you. It's always good to kind of put yourself forward. Showed he had really good understanding of the key kind of things that you did as an SM in this sprint. And it was good to see some screenshots of your board. I think it was mentioned about timing. I think it's very, very important, especially if you have been given a time limit, you need to stick to that. So I would suggest, again, just making sure that you're sticking to your 2 minutes. That might be, maybe you need to practice before as a team to get feedback, because I know you took quite a bit of time. But again, still really good to the SM on Team Eagles, so well done. I think Raomi mentioned this for Team Elite. I think you guys had like 5 different PowerPoints. I don't think the SM presented, so I don't have any feedback from that. But again, in general, for that team, just collate everything. Even if everyone does it separately, it's the SM's job to kind of collate that all together. So just make sure that that is done for the next presentation. For Team Legends, again, really, really good presentation. Just make sure, I think there's a slide you talked about what it is that SMs do. I think I know Alome said that you don't really need to explain that, but also just make sure as an SM you know exactly what it is your role and responsibilities are, because there was a slide that I wasn't too clear about. Really, really good kudos to you guys. You said all your impediments were solved. I think as an SM, it's really good to be able to solve those impediments. So keep up the good work regarding that. Lovely to see screenshots of your board. So again, making sure that everybody is on board, which is really, really good. And what was really good about the presentation, nice and short. You kind of went straight to the point, and good summary for the SM at the end. So well done for leading within that presentation. And then lastly, from Optimind, again, very clear presentation. Actually, really like, excuse me, like, oh gosh, I'm losing my voice. I really like out of the presentation. Very clear key points on there, which is really, really good. And again, really clear shots and straight to the point with your presentation. So again, kudos to all the SMs. Really, really good sprint zero. Definitely still onwards and upwards in the next sprint. So well done, everybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Bola. Thank you. You touched on most of it, so thank you so much. And I also like to say thank you to King David, thank you to Zikia for representing the SMs. Thank you, Biodun, and of course, thank you, Abimbola. Well done, guys. You guys did very well. You didn't show that nervousness of being a first-time SM. It was really good. Yeah, some of you might need a bit of more composition and all that, but it happens. We're all in this journey together. We're all learning together. Sometimes some things might throw you off, but well done. You guys have really done well. Zikiat, your hands are up. Number one, I know you're an ADM, but it's not really time for you to speak. Please, sorry, so that we can finish up on time. I know you're an ADM, but you took up the role of an SM, so that's why I'm talking about SM. AB, I don't know why you're sharing your screen. Please, can you stop sharing? Thank you. AB, you're sharing your screen. Fine. Okay, so thank you so much. Let's go to the next mentor. Bolu, are you ready to share for the BAs?
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank you, allow
sorry.
me.
Mari Dotty, can you take off your camera if that's
All
okay?
right.
Thank you.
Bolu, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say well done to everyone that has presented today. This is your spring zero, so there will always be there will always be improvement. However, a few of the comments I wrote down for Eagles, I really like the fact that you guys took a lot of initiative. It showed in your work that you did a lot of research and you came with a lot of artifacts. Um, yeah, so I really like the power metrics. Yeah, your use case diagram. I like the effort, even though there are still some corrections that can be made, but I do understand that it's your first time. The user stories and acceptance criteria, the attempt with the wireframe was really good. Although when you have your wireframe training, you will understand why I said that the attempt was really good. But there's a lot of improvement there. So well done. For the elite team, um, in your next presentation, it would be really nice to at least see screenshot of the user story and acceptance criteria that you've put together. You came to tell us about your trainings. Yeah. Allow me already address that, so I'm not going to address it again, but it would be really nice to see at least your user story and acceptance criteria. For the legend team, I just wanted to give a correction. So when you're talking about, I mean, start learning to use the buzzwords. So you kept saying meeting, you were saying meeting and elicitation, and like it was a lot of combination. You wanted to say elicit requirement, but you kept on saying we met to get information and just use the right terminology. So it's important. Just use elicit requirements. That's good. Like you sealed it that way. Then on your user story, I saw marketing team member. So I thought that your project is related to mentors and mentees. So I was wondering, like, why is that there? What is the marketing team for? Did you speak to your mentor to advise you on that? Did you share your story? If not, please do, because that story doesn't relate to your project at all in any way. So have a look at that and correct that. For the Optimize team, yeah, I really like your presentation. Like I like how you guys presented your slide. The user stories and acceptance criteria were all put together. It was a really good presentation overall. Well done to everyone. And yeah, that's it from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Bolu. Spot on too. I'd like to say well done to all the BAs, that spoke tonight, and of course all those working behind screen too to make sure that slide was put together. So thank you, Oladele, thank you, Dipo, thank you, Damilola, and of course thank you, Bamidele. Well done, guys. You guys did well. I was super impressed at some point. And I also thought I should mention sometimes some of you, like for example, I'll just use Daily for an example. I like the confidence, I like the roles and responsibilities shot and everything. It was really nice, and I think he understood the assignment of the speed, so I thought to use Daily as that example. At some point he knew that they were running out of time, so he just went with ease. So really, thank you. Well done all the BAs. So good, next to the next row. Thank you once again, Bolu. Spot on as usual. I'm not even going to say that again. For the Q is Rita. Rita, I know that you're not in your best form today. I said that earlier, but please I know I told you to give feedback, but don't bring AK-47. Just pity them, small. Rita, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, allowing me. My name is Rita, so I'll be giving the QA's feedback. So I'm going to start with Eagle Team. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Thank you so much for putting yourself forward. I like your confidence. I like the way you structured everything. I like the fact that your slide was well structured and you listed your roles, and it shows how in-depth you guys have captured or what you guys have learned so far. You kind of sold the role, if I'm being honest. I'm sure anyone that with tonight's presentation might be thinking, oh, I would have liked to be a QA, because you own it, you took it, you did very well with it, and it was well executed, it was clear, concise, and time conscious, well presented. Thank you for that. And I don't know if it's me, I think I missed Team Legend. I'm sorry if I did. Then the other one is for the last team. I don't know how, I didn't get the name optimized. I don't know. So yeah, well done. You talked us through, you had just one slide, which kind of have an overview of everything that you guys have been taught so far, which was great. I liked your confidence as well. You kind of explained everything. It was well detailed. And like as I said earlier to the previous presenter as well, you guys kind of have a deep understanding of what you guys have learned so far, which is very great. I think with this kind of attitude, you guys will do very well if you just stay focused. And by the time you have a deep understanding of manual testing, trust me, you'll do very well in automation. So yeah, it was great. So well done to the two presenters that presented tonight. Like as I said earlier, I think I missed out on the Team Legend. I don't know if QA presented, but if they did, I think I missed out, which yes, sorry. So well done, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Rita. I wanted to ask, I know you gave feedback now for Eagles and of course Optimind. Did you give a feedback for Elite?
No one presented in.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure that maybe it's Elite's feedback that you gave to Legend.
No.
But don't worry, I'm sure Deji got it, so did you give a feedback on that?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you.
Fine.
So well done all the QAs to you guys. I think you guys were very fantastic. I like the intro coming from SA, and that essay for the Legends, it was Augusta. Thank you, Augusta. And for the Optimind, it was Damilola. So thank you, really well done, guys. You really tried. Hopefully we'll see something better again when the next for the next end of sprint demo, because you guys really you guys did really well. It's not easy to give a sprint 0 for QAs because you've not done so much. You're not the first line of getting sprint 0 ready. So what you presented was good so far. So please encourage yourself. Well done. And thank you. So we'll go to the next one because of time. Time is fast spent. The next, Elsie, are you ready for the DAs?
Yeah. Good evening.
All right. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. This is Elsie. I'm just going to be giving feedback for the DAs. I want to first of all say thank you all so much for coming out, to present to show your demo this evening. That was really good, and it was spot on. I'm just going to start with Team Legend. I really like your presentation. It was short and precise. You demonstrated what Power BI is, what it's used for, and the visualization, the dashboard, and the Tableau. That was really good. I said, I raised up my hands for you. Well done. Well done. Then the next one is Optimize, I think. Yes. Oh, this one is another one. Wow, it was a bomb. I really love the way you presented, you showed your slides and your work, and you went further to show a sample report, using the Superstore, I think sample Superstore data set to show a page report for your work. That was really good. You went to the extreme. That was really good. Well done for that. Well done. The other two, sorry, just the name, the Eagles, yeah. Well done as well. Well done. You talked about the introduction to what you've learned, but I was expecting to see, more slide because it's a demo. So next time you just need to just add a bit more of, the slides of what you've learned, because it was quite a lot that, during the introduction, especially in I believe I was in the Power BI. I attended the Power BI lesson, and it was really lots that was passed on to. Yeah, and the elites, wow. It was only the introductions I saw. I didn't see any slide I was expecting because it's a presentation. So I was expecting to see your slide, the pictures of what you were taught, but I didn't see any. If you can, I would just advise you to, if you didn't have time to do it this week, just last week, just try to, find time to, it will help you, to remember what you've been taught. It will show that you listened, you attended the lesson, and you gained something from there. Like, what is the data analyst? What do you do? What is expected of you, and what you use your tools for? The Power BI for, you just bring out some information. So if you go back to the video, you'll see the pictures, that he, showed you. You can just, use that same pictures to do your demo as well. Yes, thank you so much. That's all from me. Yeah, well done.
Thank you, Elsie. Thank you, as usual, spot on. You know the deal. Thank you so much. So, for the DAs, Juliet, well done. Daniel, well done. Albert, well done. Amina, fantastic. So, my mind do not make me rest if I don't say this. So, at some point, I was like, okay, who is this person with this voice? Really, really need a newscasting thing for us. That was really nice. Aminat, but I was asked, and please, you can tell with me, Aminat, really, did you write this thing down? It was almost as if you were reading, but it was still very interesting. So tell me the truth. I said I was asked you, Aminat, did you read this?
Oh,
Mrs.
I'd rather
Steph?
be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I did look at the slide and I wrote down what I wanted to say.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But just make sure you're not caught next time as far for interviews and all. But whatever you said, wrote, and showed, it was lovely. So I can't take it away from you. You understand what I mean? All what I was
Yeah.
hearing, even if I knew you were reading, all what I was hearing, all what I was seeing, and all what you were saying, it was very meaningful. Maybe a DM I read it other way, but I really loved what I saw. But just try to have this now in your head so that you can say it from your mind. You understand? So that we'll not catch you reading, or so you not get used to it, but it was fantastic. I won't take it away from you. I won't take it. Well done. I just thought I must mention. All right. Thank you. So I think I've mentioned you guys already. So thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Albert. And of course, thank you, Aminat. So we'll go to the next role, 2 more roles, and then we'll be wrapping up. I want us to still try to work within time. ADM Muji. So Muji's going to be giving feedback for ADM and the PMs. So thank you, Muji. Over to you.
Thank you, Laomi. Good evening, everyone. Well done to everyone, not just the ADM and PM, but everyone that has spoken tonight. You stood in gap for all the team members. You stood on behalf of the team members, your team members and your role members to give the presentation. And like, I think it was the first person, Bola, that gave the presentation that said that, that gave the feedback, said that this is your first one, and for how you have performed. Thank you. Well done, everyone. So I'm going to start with Nena from Eagles team. Well done, Nena. Good presentation. Confidence level was good. You were calm with your presentation. So well done. You started with a good pace also. Give us kind of a developmental presentation of what your team has done. So thank you for that. It was a practical update more than a theoretical one because you were telling us what you have done, not what you have learnt, which shows because you've learnt it, you've practicalized it for 2 weeks, and then you're talking about it. And that was what I liked about your presentation. It was more practical, making mention of using buzzwords a lot also. So well done for that. You made mention of your organogram. You didn't display it. I would have loved you to showcase it because that's one of the responsibility of an ADM. So I would have loved you to showcase it rather than your Scrum Master being the one showcasing what you have done. Even though it's all the team members that came together to do it, that's yours to showcase because you're the one that create or do the organogram. But well done for that also. Then also I think it's Nena that is Nena, can you mute please? Thank you. All right, thank you for that. Also, you touched on a lot of activities that has been carried out during the 2 weeks, and that was why I felt it was more practical. And that tells me that you understood everything you've been taught and what you've practicalized also because you were able to talk about it. You talked about the preparation, which mainly is your area. As a PM and an ADM, you want to see an overall, need to give us an overall picture. You talked about the timeline. You said it was for 3 months. You talked about when it started and all that. So that gave us a picture of, okay, this is the delivery time we're looking at for this particular project, which is a good one. You also talk about what your project is all about. That's another thing I would have loved you to talk about, and you did talk about that. And I love, like I said, I love the use of your buzzword a lot. You made mention of project tools. You made mention of what they were used for. That shows the knowledge that you have. You know, you talked about kickoff, you talk about onboarding, you talk about initiative stage and all that. So well done, Nina, for that. Well done. And then I'm going to go to Zakiat for Elite team. Nerves initially, you were a bit nervous. I think I picked later on that it's because you're sharing for the team. I'll talk about that later when I get almost to the end of because I want to commend you for that which you actually did. So there was nerves initially, and not only in your voice, because there was a time when you actually, I think when I had to make an exclamation when you said, "Oh my God," that talks a lot about nerves. So well, it's the first, like we've said. So don't beat yourself up about it. I'm sure the next time you do it, you will do wonderfully. Yes, so don't worry about that. And also love the mention of the team composition. At first, I was going to say I would have loved it to be the SM doing that, but later on I understood why you had to do that. Again, I'll talk about it towards the end. You made mention of your team composition. You talked about your project identification. I think your team was the one that was working on 2 projects. If I'm wrong, I'm not sure now. But you talked about your project identification, what your project is, what it's all about, to make mention of that. You talked about you mentioned the impediment and what was done to resolve it. Yeah, quickly, let me go back to Nena. So Nena, you talked also about your impediment, but you generalized it. I would have loved you to even pick maybe just one to say, okay, this is one of the impediment. You did talk about the impediment being escalated to you, but you didn't make mention of specific one. So just talk about, even if it is one, it won't waste time if you just said, oh, there were a lot of impediments, like this was what was done to resolve it, and everything now is fine, which Zakiat did during our own time. She talked about what that impediment is, made mention of it, and what was done to resolve it. And she also told us the state of that impediment, that it has now been resolved, everything is fine. And the ones that were not resolved also, she said they're still looking into it. So that would be good to know. So she did. I love the ability that you touched there. You were the ones that were working on both Oracle and Waterfall and Agile, Zakiat, and you were able to talk about both of them. You didn't mix them together. They were not confusing in any time. So when you want to talk about the one that is the Agile, you're using the Agile method for, you made mention of it, and you talk about what has been done. And when you're talking about the Waterfall one, which is the Oracle one, you made mention of it, and then you're able to talk about it. So at first I was a bit worried that you might be confusing one or the other together with the nerves, but you were able to carry that out very well. It was, you identify each one of them and you talk about what you were doing with each one of them. And you did that at the same time. Talk about one first and talk about the other one next. So very, very well done. Like I said, it's just the nerves, which I think you would work on next time. This is just your, first time. You made mention of your budget, which I think Nena didn't. So you made mention of the budget, but you just said to be concluded or something, TBC or something like that. It would have been good for us to see an amount. Yeah, sort of, but yeah, again, it's just your spring zero. Okay, so hopefully sprint one we would have a specific amount about your budget. So well done, well done. Now the concluding one for me is the recommendation I want to give to you, and that's the fact that I love your proactiveness, and that comes in the fact that there was no Scrum Master, but that team didn't lack not being able to present because the Scrum Master was not there, or were not, I don't know what happened there. I'm not going to talk about that, but the proactiveness as an ADM to take things on board, to make sure that you still collate for those that were able to submit their presentation, collate the slides together and still be able to present, make sure that your team at least presented something. That was a good one from you. And that's a very good proactiveness as an ADM that you've been able to put in. So you got your hands dirty, even though the Scrum Master is not there. So you will have an opportunity at work where you have an emergency with Scrum Masters. And as an ADM or a PM, you need to go in and, act on that, in that role. And you were able to do that. So well done, Zakiat, for that. Well done. And then I go to you at the Adedeji from Legends team. Good presentation. Confidence was there. You did make mention of some stages. There was no display, of those stages. I would have loved to see the display, of those documents you listed in your slide and everything, just for us to know that you're not just listing those documents you're talking about. We could see if they were being created, and you didn't really say if they were created or not. You just said, oh, these are the documents. You made mention of those documents, about 6 of them. But again, like I said, you didn't really display them. So next time, hopefully we would be able to see something in that aspect. Then you really didn't talk much about your role or what your role entails. I'm thinking that might be because of the time. That's my assumption, that maybe because of the time, but you really didn't talk about what your role as a PM or ADM, what you've done within the 2 weeks, because I think it's just about the one slide that shows all those documents you talked about, and then you said things like other people will be talking. So other people will be talking about their own role, not the ADM role. So would have loved to hear what you've done as an ADM. Yeah. Next time, let's be able to do that. Like I said, even if it is time management, at least we would have still seen it on the slide and then you jump in the slide, but they were not on the slide at all. So that's what I'm thinking. Really, is it about the time really, or you didn't really have full preparation, let me put it so to say, about what you have done as an ADM. That's for you. So you really didn't do justice to your role well. Very well, but like I said, going forward, we'll hope to see something more, much more information from you. And then to Ian, Optimite team. You made mention of your project timeline. You made mention of the budget. You were the one that actually gave a specific amount that you budgeted, for that project. Well done. You explained the mandate and then, but not the project. So you talked about, oh, this project is for us to do but you didn't make mention of what that project is. So we talked about the mandate, but not the project until I think it was the SM that told us what the mandate is. And then you gave a preamble before you started, which was where you talked about the project timeline and the budget. I would have loved to see a slide for it. So you talked about it, but we didn't see it in the slide. Yeah, it would have been good to see it in the slide because that is part of your, that is what you want to showcase. That is the part of the things you need to know about, you need to tell us about, you need to present about, that this is the project timeline, this is the budget we have for it, which is what you're all about. Your PM rule is about, this is the budget for this project, for this timeline and everything. You talked about it, but, you didn't showcase it as, I would have loved to see as part of your your responsibility. I love the fact that you were keeping an eye on all the activities, of different roles in the team, because you do general and overview. You talked about going to other team meetings and everything just to keep an eye on things. So well done for doing that. But let's see more in your other presentations that are coming. So generally for all the ADMs, yeah, my advice is that this is your first one, okay? But I would love you to use this as an opportunity to learn what others have talked about or presented or showcased that you didn't remember to do. Just note them and just note them to know them, that it's part of what you need to showcase or need to know for your role and your responsibility as an ADM, and be able to put that in another time. Another advice that I'm going to give you is try and do a mini rehearsal for your presentation before you present. It helps to put you in confidence more, it helps to prepare you more, and it helps to make you more calm to do what you need to do. Thanks, Laomi.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Moji. Before I say that, guys, please wait. Dave is also going to give feedback. I've seen some of us leaving already, so please just wait. We'll soon wrap up. We're trying to work within time as much as we can. So once again, thank you so much, Moji, and of course to the SN, to the ADMs and PMs. Nena, well done. Zikia, spot on. Adedeji, same. And of course Ian. For Ian, I think, in fact, Moji just said exactly what I had, as a feedback for you too. I loved all what she said, but I just did not see it on your side. Oh, when you just started, I was like, see, we're just doing water fight. This one brought bazooka, brought AK, just play, small play. That was when that even came to my mind first, that I loved the way you said it, but no visuals, nothing to support what you were saying. But really well done. Well done, everyone. Really, all the ADMs. I guess you guys were very fantastic this night. And thank you, Moji, for the deep, in-depth analysis of each of the roles. So thank you so much. So, Lady Pat, for the cybersecurity, you have 5 minutes. If I change my mind, 4 minutes. Thank you. Hi, Lady Pat. Are you ready for us?
Hi, I'm here. I hear you, Wumi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, so Wumi, I'm not going to spend 5 minutes. I'm just going to make it punchy, really. So well done to everyone that presented tonight. Congratulations to you. You showed up and you've achieved a milestone. So to Team Eagle, Said, well done. Thanks for taking the initiative. And for your content, that was great. I like that you were able to capture what you've learned. I like the practical side of things, where you highlighted your implementation of a packet tracer, the simulation tool, and explained the impediments you had with that. Obviously, it wasn't a smooth one. It was a first time using that tool. Okay. Thank you for that. And I could see that you worked with your team. I kept saying to you guys, engaging your team. And I'm sure you've seen the benefits of doing that tonight. Great content, good display of knowledge, great teamwork. One thing I just want to say, be mindful of your font size and style when putting your presentation together. All right, yeah, thank you. And Team Elite, Ebele, well done. I almost felt like I was in the lecture room. You were just confident. Your Scrum Master wasn't present. In fact, I was like, oh, she's starting, the cybersecurity is starting, and I was thinking you were going to do your presentation at the end. But great work, good confidence. Even helping to get your team started. And it was good to see your presentation for your team. Good structure. However, what I didn't see was alignment with the team. And I think the absence of your Scrum Master showed, because all of you, your slides were just this person sharing this slide, the other person sharing another presentation slide. But it's your first time. But well done to everyone that showed up in your team tonight. I give it to you guys. If I'm going to vote, I would say I'm voting for you, but I'm not allowed to vote, So, good display of knowledge. You also talked about the simulation tool for configuring network devices together. Thank you for touching base on that. I think that's for me, that's the most important part of, because this platform is a practical based platform, and you need to always get answered. And well done for that. And I'm going to go on to yes, in addition, I think Said missed the part for the OSI TCP/IP model, but you added it, and it was good and great to see that you had that on your slide. And okay, Team Legend, Moses, well done. I think I realized, oh, Moses did it for me. So good time management. You were spot on. I could see that you did more. You did more research on your content around the basic concepts in networking, and it's the foundational bit. You just need to know and understand all these concepts. And you also gave some visual diagram, which was really cool. And I love that. You mentioned the role of a stock analyst, but it was like more like you mentioned the role title of a stock analyst. I would have loved to see monitoring security infrastructure of applications and network for signs of security breaches or abnormal behavior, that kind of a thing. But you only gave me the role title, but it's fine. At least you understand those the roles, and you just need to ensure that you can expand more on that, because this is where you're going to be building your CV from, and that's why I gave this as a task for everybody on the team. All right, I'm super proud of everyone, every of the cybersecurity guys that have showed up tonight. I see your packet tracer diagram, the networking tool, great. And then you mentioned the tools, Azure DevOps, SIM tool. Okay, so Azure DevOps is an agile tool. So the Azure tool you're going to be using is a Microsoft Sentinel tool, and it's in Azure. Okay, so we're going to get to that. All right. So going forward on that, I also wanted to call your attention to the pronunciation of the tool. You said CM. It is SIM. Okay. So because you don't want to go out there at the interview and they're asking about the SIM tool and you're saying something different. So please note that. And this goes to everyone in the team. And Team Optimize, Esther, well done. Fantastic summary. That was what I wrote here. Fantastic summary. Like in this Sprint Zero, here's what we've learned so far. What cybersecurity is, why it's important, the OSI model, TCP/IP model, the basics of networking, and hands-on experience using Cisco Packet Tracer to create network topologies. This is fantastic summary. And you said a lot on that first slide. I was hoping to see a bit more in terms of maybe visuals and all that. But that's all right. However, great content, great summary. Thank you. And one thing that you also summarized really good, deep for me, and I think the other cybersecurity guys should take note. The reasons why we need to protect our devices, ourselves, for prevention, detection, and responding. Yeah, those three things, that's what a SOC analyst does: prevent, you detect, you respond. And you summarized everything with under security access control, security principles, and the basics of networking. And overall, I think you've all done well. It's the first sprint, and I'm sure going forward, we're going to start using lots of tools, and you'll be able to display what you have done with these tools in subsequent sprints. And I'm proud of you all. Thank you to everyone that showed up tonight, all the ADMs, data analysts, everyone the Kiwis, the BAs, and all the mentors I've supported in the sprint. Thank you so much. And I'm out.
All right,
Wumi?
thank you so much. Thank you, Lady Park, spot on as usual. Thank you so much to all the cybersecurity teams, Said, well done, Ibili, well done, Moses, well done, and of course, Esther, well done. You guys were fantastic tonight also. And I'd like to say in general, before I hand over to Deji, please, I hope you know it's more than 5 to 10 minutes. After Deji, then we'll just give Bolu a minute to tell us the results of the votes. Bolu is our INEC official, so she's going to tell us the results shortly. But before I just hand over to them, I'd like to remind you all that for real, please take all the feedback so that you can apply it to Sprint 1. And also remember that this is Sprint 0. If your outing like this can be like this in Sprint 0, imagine what you'll be in Sprint 5. So please keep up the hard work and well done to you all. Thank you so much. Then lastly, I might not have the chance to say it again, that's why I'm saying it. Tomorrow is your sprint planning. Please ensure your board is ready for the sprint planning. This is to the essence. I don't know how you're going to trace your VAs to ensure the stories are on the board. I don't know how you're going to do all the invites for tomorrow, but make sure your team is seamless tomorrow. I'll advise you get your SM mentors to guide you to ensure every part of your board is ready, including for your estimation, the board in itself, for anything you need to do tomorrow, your capacity page, all that. Please ensure you speak to your SMs and invite all the right people for the call tomorrow. Your POs must be pre-informed and you send them the link that this is whatever you're going to do, because we can do it on here, but I was also thinking maybe you should do it on Teams. But it's fine, we'll do it here. We'll just go into our breakout room on Zoom, so that's fine. But make sure you invite all your POs, invite your devs, because you cannot do the thing without developers and your PO. Ensure your SM mentor is there so that anytime you're stuck during the process, you have someone to ask. So please try and invite them between tonight and tomorrow so that you'll be sure that they'll join the call. I just thought to mention so we can finish on time tomorrow, because there might be 1 or 2 sessions slated after your call for some of your roles, and it would not be good for them not to benefit from your sprint planning. Thank you. So Deji, I don't know how long you want to give feedback for. How long do you want?
I'll try my best. So of course, it's not going to be 5 minutes anyway. So
okay, that's fine. Thank you.
It's not going to be 5 minutes. It's not going to be 5 minutes. Okay, I'll try to finish on the hour. Okay, let me quickly get.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So okay, quickly, Eagle's team. So I will not talk about what other people have spoken about, even though I got my note full. Anyway, so the ADM, that was a great presentation, detailed and thorough. Anyway, I like the fact that she mentioned the 2 projects, but yeah, except for the fact that she spent a lot of time anyway. So, and the same way, I would like everyone to know what their project is anyway. This is very, very important. So if you don't know what you are building, if you don't know what your project, then I think you are actually mixing it, because if you go for interview, they will be asking you what your project is about. So please ensure you know that. Okay. So and another thing also is the daily stand-up attendance. Okay. I didn't see that in any of the presentation. Please can the ADM or the Scrum Masters put this into the slide next time? I really need to know how many people attend the stand-up and also who has not attended. It is very, very important. Okay, so allow me, we have a new timekeeper, right? So it's new, isn't it?
Yes, please. His name is Ade.
All right, so normally we have discounts for timekeepers as well. So you got 50% into advance if you want to come in. All right, well done for that. And yeah,
Thank
you
very
much. I'm grateful. I'm happy. Cool. So okay. All right. So moving on that. So yeah. So I like one thing I can tell you, right? I like screenshots, right? Screenshot, artifact, because I make sure that I look at them, give you feedback. So I like the project plan that you guys also presented, which I think is good. The what's it called? The artifacts in terms of your Azure, that was also good as well. Anyway, so it shows that you've got what you need to do. From the BA perspective, yeah, the Power Matrix was also good as well. So, and yeah, but okay, all right, cool. I think it's quite okay as well in terms of who you put into each of the metrics or quadrants. I think it's okay anyway. So okay. All right. So then moving on, the use case also was okay. So, and yeah, so some part of the project charter was not showing anyway. So the text were not showing. So look into that. So for the Eagle Squad as well, the admin in your use case is just kind of floating. So yeah, so I think there's going to be things that the admin should do. So you need to also, because an actor as well, so you need to update your use case to reflect that, except and that is good. So, and the question I asked, what's the purpose of that mean if you just lying there? So yeah, good. You said you got issue with Azure. It's been done, so we're done. And also the roles and responsibility was good also. So, and quickly, I would say that I've sent the link for the CV for everyone. So please, if you want your CV to be reviewed, it might not, you don't need to do it right now. I plan to do the CV creation on Thursday. So then from then you can start sending it. You don't need to start if you yeah, I think you should wait until Thursday anyway. So yeah. So yeah, great presentation, guys, to the point. To be honest, I love the DA of your squad. It's really, really good for when you first started with that process, how the DA goes into the what's it called, data preparation, modeling, analysis, and also managing. That was really, really good, and also itemizing what they've done. I think she's one of those that actually specified the screenshot of what they've done, actually, in terms of Tableau anyway, and different screenshot, which I think is good. Like I said, I love screenshots, and not only screenshot like that, I love screenshot of the work that's done. It's not like you go online and then bring screenshot. No, because I want to see what you've done, which I think this is good. Yeah. So one thing that I also want to say about the DA, this is a practical session, right? This also applies to this cybersecurity. You need to have your tax on the board. I will speak about that quickly. So because I need to see what you are doing. Even your Scrum Master needs to put that on the board as well. So I'll skip that right now. I'll come back to that later. So okay, the keywords also. Okay, but I think it's kind of look as if it's a tutorials anyway, but I was expecting you to put some test strategy, test plan, but I got to know that you've not actually done that, but that's fine. I like the test process, which is good. I like the tools to be exposed to. So of course, not all of this will be exposed. So one thing I can tell you is that you are not going to use MySQL, but of course you are going to use SQL, MS SQL instead of MySQL anyway. And Cypress and Playwright, you are not going to be exposed to, but we do that in advance because we thought that is really, really advanced. So, but in total, that was great anyway. I love what you've done. So yeah, okay, all right, that is good. Cybersecurity, I think Pat already kind of covered that anyway. So, and Elite go quickly. That was also another great one, starting from the cybersecurity guys. So it's just like, I think what you guys need to, your team, you need to know how to do presentation, right? You need to improve your presentation skill anyway. So one of those, bring your slide together. And also you can see the one that, yeah, was it the cybersecurity guys who actually did was, yeah, the title was in a different slide, and then the contents on that slide. So yeah, don't do that. Don't separate the slides into title and everything. So yeah, So that's fine. Then also in terms of the tools that's used, for cybersecurity, you mentioned how testing to all the tools, but I want to see examples of those specific tools, like encryptions to antivirus software. Well, just give specific examples. Actually, that would be good. So which you mentioned in the cyber security information event management, such as Splunk, Data tool. But when the other one at the top, you didn't talk about them anyway, so it would be good. So, but except from that, I think it was detail one. So well done. So, so now moving on to the ADM. Okay, it was a bit shaky, but eventually it got better as you go along. So I think it's okay, to be honest. So it's not that easy to start. So, but one thing I can say for your presentation, use less of animation. Okay, so enough of flying objects. Okay, but it was actually a good one as well. So you actually resolve issues promptly. So then also data analyst one as well. So, but like I said, I really want to see what you've done, not the lectures that you've done anyway. So what have you implemented? Because the program is actually implementation based. Actually, it's practical. So once you are taught something, for instance, in the Power BI, you are taught about how to do the setup. I want to see screenshot of those processes that you've gone. So I love screenshot. Like I said, I can't overemphasize it. That's really, really important. So legend quickly. So that also, is also a good one. So I think, the guy that did the legend on BA, I love that one. So he actually used the right terminology, the right jargons, it's buzzword, full. It's very, very good anyway. So so and well done for that. Quickly, there's no QA, there's no SM. So and I want the QA lead and SM lead to send admin to send a mail to support to say, I want to know why this happened within the team. Okay, so I need to know why. So please send an email, right? Maybe to support@blueskycitadel.com. Let us know why this is. One thing I can say, it's not going to be a big issue because you guys are going through the Talkman team forming stages. Maybe you are still in the stormy stage, or someone said they are in the performing stage. I doubt you'll be performing now anyway. So you would be stormy or even forming if you're not stormy. So, but which I think is okay anyway. But I just want to know what actually went wrong, what we could do. Okay. But it's fine because it's part of the training. So, and good thing is that the PM and EDM are able to collate everything together. So, okay. All right, cool. So moving on to, I think, maybe I've mixed it up. This is Legends now. So, okay. Okay, so the legend, so that was very good presentation actually from the PM actually, and I love the screenshot. These are the guys that actually gave me a lot of screenshots. So Augusta, can you be muted, please? Augusta, can you be muted? Thank you. So this is the guy that actually gave me a lot of screenshots, and I love it, to be honest. It was really, really good. Anyway, so even the team charter, the restaurant retro as well, even though I don't, of course, maybe that's for sprint one anyway, but that was good anyway. So well done. So, and also the BA was also good, actually. I can hear baby at the background. I love babies as well. So on that note, the BA, okay, because one, it takes motivation for you to have a baby and still do all these things. So I'll give you 10% for that. Also, you are still able to get yourself together, that particular BA anyway. So well done for that. So it was a good presentation, not even because of the baby, but I think was how she laid out everything was good as well. So you can see. So okay. And one thing I want to see from next week now, so for everybody, most especially the BS now, so I want to see your backlog hierarchy, right? So which means that when you show your backlog, I want to see the epic, what is inside your epic, what is inside your feature. So you expand everything like that, okay? So how your epic is laid out, how your feature is laid out, and how your product backlog is there that or what everything that you put into that, so which is very, very important as well. So, and also for the next demo that you're going to do as a BA, every story that you write, I want to see everything. I want to see the screenshots of those stories. This is very, very important, so we can be able to look at that, and also send your slide earlier so that we can review before the time. So yeah, so well done on that one. So okay, all right. So the keyways for this code, it was as I was even waiting for them to continue anyway, but it was okay. Yeah. So, but okay, and the DA was fantastic. The DA was fantastic. The only thing I can say is, this guy has got a good presentation skill, but what I'm asking more right now is I need to see those tags. I need to see what you've done, not screenshot from different places anyway. So except from that, I think that is good, but I want to see what you've done. I want to see your own screenshot, not screenshot from the internet anyway. So that is fine. So the cybersecurity also is good. One thing that I also want to say is like this particular demo is part of the training, because once you go for this demo, once you attend this demo, you'll be able to see different things that people are doing. Even for me, I'm also learning from what you guys are doing as well. And another thing that you will see is like, even though maybe you're a BA, you will learn what the QAs are doing, you learn what Scrum Masters are doing, you also learn what the cybersecurity guys are doing. This training is really, really good, actually. So even the demo is I like, to be honest. So I like what the cybersecurity did, so which I think itemizing the operation, the SOC and everything, which I think was really, really good. So, but one thing that I want to say is, even though he did very well, eventually it just kind of get carried away, and yeah, you need to be on point. So you don't need to put Yoruba in your words, okay, as you are going on in the presentation. So then going to the Scrum Master. So is it the Scrum Master? No, I think the Scrum Master for the next team, which I think is going to be optimized, isn't it? So yeah, so you mentioned servant leader, yeah, which is okay if you had said it 3 years ago. But now they are not called servant leaders, so they are true leaders, okay? True leaders, okay? So, which I think you need to look into that, yeah, optimize. So, okay, so except from that, I like the presentation as well. So, and also the person that did the Scrum Masters as well, was talking about Azure board. So please know that it is Azure, not Azure. Okay, so that is, I don't know why Microsoft used that terrible name anyway. That's job breaking anyway, but what it is what it is. Then also the PM, right? You mentioned 500,000 budget. Yeah, what is that for? And how did you come up with that number? So I need to see that in your next presentation. And that applies to everyone that's going to put budgets in your presentation. What is the composition of that budget? Okay. Yeah, so and the slide was fantastic for the BA, so it was okay anyway. So and yeah, so okay. And I love what the BA presented anyway. So that was really, really good. I love how you kind of presented, but I would love to see them in a job board anyway, but you've not actually done it, which is fun. So looking at what you've done, even the logo one, I could have put your additional information in the acceptance criteria using an and, because you have a then there. So instead of saying additional information, you could also put that in the then, like, then I should be able to view the MentorSkill logo, and the logo should be located. You get it now. You don't need additional information for those instances like that. Additional information would be something that you cannot put in the acceptance criteria, more information, something like that. But if it's just a verification as well, so you can see add them to the acceptance criteria anyway. So if that's okay. But well done. That was good. And also the DA one was also good, very good. The only thing I want to say is like, because this is a team presentation, so try to use less of I. I think at the point you kind of say we, at the point you would now say I. So that's what you need to do. So I said also, I think the screenshot, I don't think was the screenshot that was done in the team, right? So, but please ensure that you look into that. I want to see a screenshot of what's done now on the internet. So, okay. So, and there's a typo as well. Tableau on dashboard. You omitted the A in one of those anyway. But the Power BI dashboard, yeah, that was okay. But it is really, really good. Well done. Yeah. And also the pronunciation of Azure also, I think you Azure or something like that. So yeah, just watch out for that. So yeah, cybersecurity was also good as well. So yeah, I think that's that in terms of feedback. Okay. So I think allow me, I'm able to do that quickly right now. So the next thing I want to do, if you want to stop the recording, is to give is to give the tax for next sprint. Okay. So I know